Alright, today we are going to be tackling replacing the subframe bushings in my 350Z. At the last drift event that I was at, it was at Spring Break Bash, actually kind of destroyed these rear subframe bushings to where the back two bushings were actually hanging, the whole rear of the subframe was hanging down, and I was getting like some wheel hop and everything, and I go to check it and the subframe was actually hanging down like 4 inches, and I'm like, oh man. So we came up with a pretty funny fix for that. But I'll show you guys a few clips of Spring Break Bash, what happened a few weeks ago to right now, so enjoy. So unfortunately for me, I fucked up my subframe mounts. Both of the back, I went on the oval and I realized like something was like clunking and I don't know, I knew something was going on. So got off the oval and I went and checked it out, and after looking around for a while, I can move my whole entire subframe in the back up and down, like both of the mounts on the rear mounts, both of them are completely fucked. So I have an idea of a kind of a ghetto fix, because I don't know about dropping a whole fucking subframe here at OSW. So let's see if we can make this work. So this was my post fix. Hey man, it held up great, and I even checked the torque on it the next day after, and it held up perfectly fine. So that was still, I mean, honestly, it would still run just like this perfectly fine. But you know, we're gonna do it all legit and replace all these bushings, and I'm actually gonna get some new coilovers for it, because these are not true coilovers in the rear. And I think whenever I hit the wall and broke the camber arm, I believe I tweaked something back here, so it's kind of bent, I think, and I just can't really get a proper alignment on this back left wheel, so I have to convert to a true coilover setup so I can eliminate the spring bucket and get an adjustable tow rod for the rear. All right, first things first, we're gonna have to go ahead and disconnect this drive shaft. So do that. Which way are we going? Tighten, loosen up. See, on this chassis you have to do 2 at a time, and then you can pull it off, but Z's you could just do all 4 at the same time. Honestly, I really like working on my Z a lot more than the S chassis. Everything's a little easier because it's a little newer. Oh, we'll just drop that down. Do we have to take it off? I'll just drop it down for now. Let it still sit. We should be all right. Big ass exhaust out of the way. So much room for activities now, look. So now we're gonna disconnect the e-brake cable, and that is gonna be, we're gonna take it off from the chassis, so then whenever we drop the subframe, it just the whole thing's just gonna come down. So all we have to do is take out this nut, and then for the actual cable itself, it's pretty easy. Just like in this little block right here, just take the cable and put it in the groove, and then pop it out from the back, and boom, easy as that. So just do that with the other side. In the groove, and it's hard to do with one hand. There we go. So now, and then yep, pop that out. Pop that. These are free. So now we just got these 2 nuts, and then pull it out of these right here. Boom. All right, this e-brake is good to go to drop down with the whole subframe. put it right up on this knuckle, give it a nice support. It'll make taking the bolt out a lot easier. Oh wow, holy shit, the whole mount is... The mount is bent on this coilover, holy shit. Guess that was from when I hit the wall. See? Look at that. It just chills there. Let's go do the other side. Alright, next we're going to disconnect the calipers, and if you don't know how to disconnect the calipers, there is, I don't know how dark it is, but there is a bolt right here, and then a bolt on the bottom side, on the same bracket. Don't take off this bolt for the brake, like on the actual brake caliper. Take it off where the brake caliper attaches to your knuckle. It's a big 17mm bolt. Alright, and after we get off our caliper, there's the last bolt right here. Peel this guy off and take a zip tie. And we're just going to zip tie the caliper. If I can get the zip tie in. Zip tie the caliper. We'll just do it to this little brake line right here. It's nice and rigid. It has the bracket still, the OEM bracket, so it'll be good enough. It's not going to break anything. Get that. Zip tie this up nice and tight. Yeah, I'll just throw away these pads anyways. These things are, oh yeah, these boys are cooked. I'll get a nice set of pads. Got an inline hydro, so I want to run very nice pads too. Might as well upgrade those. I'm just gonna do like a once over, make sure no like little small brackets or connectors or anything like that are attached to the subframe, and I believe that we are good to pull off the 4 main bolts that hold the subframe on. I have a diff brace, FDF Fab diff brace, but you could also just do it right to the diff as well. I'm gonna try, well, do I want to do it to this? I feel like the diff has more weight, so it might be, yeah, we don't want it to just fall forward actually. I'll do it from the diff. Pull it off. Oh, I don't know about the front though. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're gonna need a fucking extra long socket for this guy. What? All right, oh, here it goes. Take off my washers. I'll go down with the jack, hopefully. Hopefully it just doesn't stay up. It's not seized on there, hopefully. Oh. Need to take a pry bar. There we go. Free it up a little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, she's just seized on there. That's all good. There we go. Front needs to drop some more. There we go. Oh! Preferably have 2 people and you can balance it. But Hey, all right. Whew. Yes, I know. I need a new jack. Or actually, I need to just service this one with oil. But I keep forgetting. Keep forgetting. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Oh shit! There we go. Boom. Hey, look at that, huh? One-man job. Honestly, that was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. Holy. Now, going back up is gonna be a different story. I'll definitely get some help with that one. That was a lot easier than I thought. Man, everything on the Z so far seemed to be just so much easier than I anticipated. I thought everything was gonna be harder with the Z. I don't know why, just less space or anything, but no, it is just so much more enjoyable to work on than 240s. I can say that 100%. I don't know. Maybe people that are like very used to, like very used to 240s, have been doing it for 10, 12 years. You know, you can beg to differ, but holy shit, man. Everything so far, even the trans, this isn't the CD09 trans. I don't know which ones these have. It's like a CD00A, I don't fucking know. But anyways, the trans, the DE trans, it was so easy to pull whenever I did the clutch and everything myself. Just a one-man job, and even going in, it's very easy. But I am very happy that it was not a pain in the ass at all in any form. So if it does rain, we'll end up just finishing this off tomorrow. But if it does not rain, I am going to see about changing out these bushings. Oh. Yep, you hear the thunder.
Oh my god. Here's
Almost.
It's working.
One more good.
Wait, what you thinking?
Alright, it's the next day, and we're going to be continuing doing the removal of the subframe bushings on the Z. We had to stop yesterday because it ended up starting to pour down rain. And yeah, couldn't record and work out in the rain. So where we left off, we had just gotten both of the rears knocked out. The fronts, they were being a lot more stubborn than the rears. I still got to heat them up some more and try and beat them out. The next thing is next. We have to remove the metal collar. Once you remove the center piece of the actual bushing, there is a metal sleeve that goes around the entire thing. And in order to do that, we are going to do a cut along the entire side of it. And then we're going to use either like a flathead or a chisel and a hammer. And we're gonna beat down on it and try and collapse that, so then we can just easily get it out from. So in order to do that, we have two tools here. I'm going to try first just like a regular Sawzall. And this is it's like I don't know, it's a multi-purpose blade that's on it right now. So we'll see how this one works. But if this one can't do the job, I would like to have this guy with like a thin metal blade, but this one should do the job. But if not, we have this guy. This is a air saw. This might be a little overkill for it, but the blade is very tiny on this guy, so I don't really know. You know, I would have to do one cut going down and then come from the bottom and do another cut, just because it's very small. But anyways, we're just gonna give this one a shot first and see how it goes. Oh yeah, and also look, Pete, my dumbass, yesterday I had filled the bushing up with some fuel and letting it burn for a little bit, and I didn't let it burn long enough, and I went to go whack it with a hammer, and yeah, let's just say that fuel got all over the Z and all over my face. So that was not fun. That was really hard to get out. All right, well, these front ones were definitely a lot more of a pain in the ass. I got impatient with trying to burn them out, and it really wasn't working as well, so I said fuck it, took the Sawzall and just cut all the way around it. And it was a little hard, but honestly I got it done a lot quicker. And once I cut all the way around it and got everything with the with the long blade on the Sawzall, it made easy work of it. The bushing just popped right out, as you can see. Just take that out. So both of my batteries are dead now for the Sawzall, so gotta wait for those to charge. In the meantime, I'm gonna try out the air saw, see how that works on the sleeves. But yep, time to cut the sleeves out. So what I'm doing now is just scraping off the area that I'm gonna cut, because there's a bunch of built-up rubber here, and I don't want to cut, or with the built-up rubber I can't really see too much of like what's actually going on, what I'm cutting. So I want to kind of get it down to bare metal where I'm going to be cutting. That way I can see when I cut all the way through the sleeve, and I don't go further than I want. All right, so if you can see, all right, you can kind of see, lighting's not that good, but so I scraped off the top area, and you can see right where the bushing is, or like right where this metal sleeve is. And then it kind of blends in a little bit, but you can't really tell on camera, but you can tell right where it ends, or right where the subframe starts. So that'll give us a good indication of you know, not to cut too far and damage anything. Oh, that cuts it really quick. Alright, well, I guess you live and you learn. So on this one, I definitely cut way too deep. Way too deep, and of course it's like on a pretty bad spot. So yeah, I don't know why, but I thought like on these sleeves, I thought that I was looking the entire time, because it's like really dark on like one side and then light on the other, and I was thinking that I saw both of the metals on this sleeve, but I didn't know that there was actually a collar the whole time. I thought it was like the bottom side where it was just flat. So I don't know, I guess that's my fuck up. I didn't look into it, and I didn't know that there was a collar that lipped over. So don't make the same mistake that I did. On this side I did pretty good. There's really no, I mean, other than like one mark up here and then one mark at the bottom, just a little nick. It ain't shit, but this side came out really good. Anyways, yeah, so whenever you do it, just cut a little slit at the top first to cut through the collar, and then cut through the actual side of it. And also you can kind of see like right in this corner, whenever you cut the collar, you can see the difference. Like you can see the thickness of the collar, and then versus where it goes to the actual base metal. So I will kind of show you guys what I'm talking about on these, on the rear. The rear doesn't have that lip where it goes over, so it looks like the lip is on the bottom of the back, and then it's on the front of the front. I mean, like on the top of the front, and then the bottom of the back. I don't know, I guess I might just send it. My neighbor does a lot of welding and everything, so I was like just quickly thinking like maybe I can just have him like kind of weld up the hole and then smoothing it out with like a die grinder or a Dremel or something. But I don't know, maybe I'll just send it, and then if it cracks, and get another subframe. I don't know. I don't really know. We'll see what I end up doing with that. Boom. Snap that off. Well, I broke the metal, so now it's completely cut in half. And then I think this one goes off from the bottom. All right, I'm gonna try to do this really quick. We got this bushing completely frozen. It's very cold. I kept it in the freezer for a few hours, and it's already ice cold. So we're gonna go from the bottom. I'm gonna heat this up with a torch, just a little bit around the outsides, and then we're gonna go up from the bottom and shove it in. Oh my God, this is cold. Holy shit. This is what I should have done in the first place. All right, well, couldn't really see that one. That was a fail. I was trying to do it as quickly as possible. But kind of marked up this a little bit, but we got it. So that's all that matters. So, note to self, heat it up a lot more before you put it in. So I'm gonna go take the other one out of the freezer and heat this guy up a lot more than I did this. That was all right. Yeah, a lot easier. So definitely get it really hot before you throw the bushing in. That made life so much easier and quicker. Nice. Alright guys, it is the next day. Yesterday I had a little bit of time before work, so I was able to finally bust out cutting out all the bushings and everything. And as you can see, I got all the bushings installed. I actually just finished up the diff bushing. It's about the exact same concept. That one I just cut it out with the Sawzall instead of trying to burn it out and everything. I ran out of propane for my little torch. So now we just gotta install the diff again, get everything together, and yeah, just get in the car. So oh, I almost totally forgot. I have with the diff bushing, it came with two other ones like that just slip in from the top, so I gotta put those in. I'm very glad I remembered that and didn't install this on the car. Just comes with these like washers, if you will, just these aluminum spacer washer deals. So they just slip in on the top side of your diff. So this is upside down right now. So these little spacer washer deals are just gonna sandwich right in between the subframe and the diff. Almost forgot that I have to reinstall the diff brace. Thank God I didn't forget that. Clean up all my tools and shit. Flip this guy over and get it installed. Oh no. Oh. What? It all came out through this breather right here. from the diff. I guess when I had it upside down, it all got caught on the top side of the diff and in this breather line, and it was just sitting right here. And a little bit leaked out before, just a little bit, but I guess it was just all sitting there waiting for me to waiting for me to flip it back over. Alright, well, I don't really know where it ended off last time because the camera died, but still trying to get this thing up and aligned. It's kind of fighting me. Doesn't want to align. Right now we're just going side by side and trying to bring up the whole subframe. Alright guys, be sure whenever you're doing this, make sure you put on these little spacers right here under, so you have like your main bushing. I don't know, you can't really probably see it over here, but you have your main bushing that you pressed into your subframe, and before you put the nut on, like all the way, slip your spacer on and then run it up. I wasn't too sure of where they went. On the website it said if like per the FD rule book, you know, you have to have the subframe in the stock position or whatever, so they include these, and it says that these are included to space out your subframe from the chassis, and that'll put it in the original position, because without it, your subframe was gonna rise. So I was like, okay, well, it's only that. And then I don't know, I fucked up and like I ran it up. I was gonna slip them in, but then I was like, well, I checked the website again, and then I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, oh, okay. So they included it there just in case if you wanted to run it for the stock height subframe. But no, if you don't run it, you still have to run it on this side, on the nut side, or else, you know, your nut is gonna bottom out. And I was running them all up, and then I couldn't really see, but it was bottoming them out. And I did that on the forward one on the left side, and I guess it bottomed out a little too much, and then the stud started spinning. So I think I broke the welds on the stud. It just got like super tight, as much as I could do with this long 3/8 ratchet. So I think we'll be all right, but definitely no for next time. We're gonna put these cables back in for the e-brake. We'll do that, and then we'll put up the drive shaft. Whew. Well, hi there, doggy. Come here. Oh. You want to come help me work? Hmm? Yeah. It's this bolt right here. Come here, look. We're doing this one. We just finished up with the drive shaft and the e-brake cables. So I believe, other than the brakes, we could just connect the exhaust and we should be good to go. Jack this up, get this guy in, the bolt right here. There. So we buttoned up everything on the car, and once again, I feel pretty good about how everything panned out for the most part, except for, you know, cutting a big ass notch in the subframe. But so I did have to order one driver side rotor, and ordered a new set of pads. So I'm still waiting on those to get in. But anyways, that's all we have left to actually finish out the car. So I'm not gonna really, you know, show any of that or anything like that. But if this video did help you guys out, please hit the like button. I have a lot more of 350Z and drifting and blah 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 content on the channel, so maybe go check that out. And anyways, I'm gonna end the video here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.